What's going on, America? You with the messenger of thought on knowledge. This one's for YouTube. I'm going to leave my link of my Facebook link in the description down below so you can watch yesterday's consciousness on the same subject. All of a sudden, there is a shitload of rogue shooters in the state of Massachusetts. Guns are being bought to school ever since the government gave the Taliban $89 million of weaponry to them. I say the government gave it to them because that's the truth. We need to accept in this nation that the bottom line is the main objective. Whether it gets us hurt, whether it gets the innocent civilians in Iraq and Afghanistan hurt, none of that shit matters. The bottom line is the bottom line. Let's continue. What could have possibly led up to this? Simple as this. Systemic disorganization after 9/11 and before 9/11. Now, chaos hit the system for a while after 9/11, speeded up 2015 when Trump took office. That led to more chaos. That also led to promises made, promises broken, trust, complete and total trust between the people and what was left of the government between the people. Completely kiboshed. 110% division economically, racially, culturally, financially across this country has been a success for this and them. Okay? And we, the people, just saying government is just government, guys. So there's the fault, there's the blame. Let's move the fuck on. The Taliban is in the backyard. So forget about refugees. I want to make that clear. Because the more violence that we display, their objective is going to be made and met. And what I'm talking about today, ladies and gentlemen, everyone, don't care who you are in the United States, is authoritarianism. This is a popular being, a way of being, very popular in the power structure. Every other country for thousands of years started out as a leadership, met very well, but again, the people get comfortable. They get comfortable in their positions. Lies start to be spread. Rumors start to be spread. Then systemic disorganization comes along. Chaos comes along systemically and within the population itself. And then ta-da. That's what's coming. If you disagree with me, America, go talk to Australia. Go talk to every other country I just mentioned at the beginning of this program. Because this is where we're heading. Rogue shooters in Brockton High School. Rogue shooter in Brockton. On top of 15,000 other people that just flipped their shit yesterday. Because of what's going on. I want to remind the country, do not do that. They will make that happen faster. James, why would they want it? These are comments that I received, James. Why would they want authoritarianism? This is liberty and justice for all. You're just thinking too much. No, I'm not. All the proof is right there. All the proof is right here. Pretty soon, this video, because I know that the government's going to rip this fucker down, you're not going to see much of this anymore. A lot of conscious media, by the way, and I want to bring this to America's attention, is getting harder to find. Why? Because they know that makes people think. Why else would they want power? Well, without supervising any structure put in place for this, I want to make this very clear. Not supervising the principle that the nation or the continent or the small or large group of people have founded their place and culture of being on. Ideas start to go through their head. Decisions start to be made. Promises start to get broken. Trust starts to crumble between both sides of the spectrum, and they think that they're the great I am. Because power, again, and I'll say it in this one too, power is spiritual. It is something not to be played with. It is something to take very seriously. Because power can go one of two ways. It can go good, it can go bad. And right now in the United States, it is more than bad. It is dangerous. James, why are you so concerned about this? Because your government is up to no good. That's why. I'm answering commentary, the final comment. And now I'm going to get into the video and end it why I'm doing this. When the government gave the weapons to the Taliban, obviously there's a mutual respect between the two parties. And this also probably involves some innocent military power, this probably also involves innocent people higher up in the chain of command in the military, because threats also probably were made to make this deal go down. This is a deal of magnitude, alarming proportions, and the weapons that were given to them is terrifying. And if you don't know, you can go look it up. This also signifies the fact that They probably are a terrorist organization and have finally decided, God knows, I'm just giving you examples because this is how serious it really is. They could be turning against their own people, us. No accountability and all that power, guys. It fucks with their head. And I do want to include this. I know a lot of you aren't hearing it, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I also have to mention 355,000 other forms of journalism, news and information, as well as smaller cellular providers that have their own journalists in the news media, companies work specifically for maybe Sprint, Metro, whatever. They have their own journalists and they have their own outlets of news and information. So I'm being combated every which way but loose on my one channel. That's why I keep making these videos so to the point and so honest, because you're not going to get this also not only anywhere else. I don't care about regulations on YouTube anymore. I don't care about the rules on YouTube anymore, because what is happening to my country involves my 5-year-old child. I want to also bring this to the country. Start caring. Government is not just government. It's not just the way it is. We as an entire society in this country control the outcome of the future by taking the present into consideration. Just saying fuck it, blaming one another on social media as this one, that one, they see that in Washington and they take it into their own hands and regurgitate it through their propaganda machine of what I just mentioned, just racked off the news and information companies. So to end it here and make sure that this country understands my position of non-discrimination, not bagging on anybody, you're going to see some stuff in this nation in the next couple of months that is going to probably terrify you. What the decision entails between these two major parties. I want to say major because, again, I know the Young Turks have been talking about the Oath Keepers and the Proud Boys. I'm going to segue a little bit off topic, but to bring to the table of consciousness what they're not bringing is the fact that these organizations, including the Taliban, have millions of lifelong members, millions of donors, millions of avenues and outlets of power. Because comment number 4 clearly stated, these little gangs and these little crews and these little terrorist groups have nothing compared to our American military. That's why. A lot of these groups in America are military, their own military. They're militant-minded and militant-like. And supporting them and doing what we just did for them just made the matters in the situations much worse. So I'm going to end it here. I wish everybody a great week ahead. I hope I covered all sides of the spectrum here. If you have any more comments, feel free to comment in the link to the description at my email down below. Please share this publicly so everybody can get a new and fresh perspective on truth. Because for the simple fact that how dangerous this has just become, being and living in America. I wish you all a great week ahead of health, wealth, and good fortune, as well as peace and consciousness. I'm out.